But when we started with Dad's scrapbooks, Dad brought on the idea of, well, we not only have Dad's scrapbooks, but what are we going to do with all Dad's trophies? Okay, he had all of them collected in his condominium down in Salt Lake, and I mean, the whole room was full of his awards. And we knew that at some point in time that something ought to be done with it. We didn't want to just throw them out. And so I started looking around with where could we possibly have a place to house these. So one thing led to another, and I put out a letter that I sent out around the state that basically suggested that we start considering a ski museum. Where would we have it? Where would we get the land? Where would we get the money to even put together such a thing? I mean, we were just a bunch of young people that had an interest in ski history. We didn't have a whole lot of knowledge, but one of the things that we had is we had some really key people like Dr. Greg Thompson and Mike Korologis and a few others that really had a vision the same as that I had, that we ought to go forward with something like that. And so we kind of built the concept that the ski museum would be an outreach of showplace from what had been gathered as part of the ski archives program, so that we built it around that. And I went around and I sold it to the state, to the number of dignitaries around the state, and we were able to come to grips with the idea that everybody involved, all the way up to the Olympic time frame, that having a ski museum and having it here at the Olympic Park would be the way to go. And this was no easy undertaking. It took a number of years. I started on this thing in 1989 of putting together the idea for a museum, and it wasn't until 2002 that we actually got the approvals and the building to build a building in the Olympic Park area and have a facility that it has the namesake of Engen Ski Museum.